Yes. Not great. Well, I've got the trusty P10 Alpha down there on the floor next to my bags for life. Come out this morning and I didn't know it was meant to rain a bit, but I've been waiting and waiting and waiting now, and it's still pissing down. So I've decided we're going to go pond hunting. So yeah, let's go and have a look. I hear you. What in the world is pond hunting, Orinoco? Well, now and again I like to go and have a look for ponds, but not just ponds, just random places to take RC cars. And seeing as I'm not going to do a lot with the P10 in this sort of weather, we're going to have a look to see if I can find a pond to put the boat in. And also, I get to use this umbrella. I've had this umbrella for probably about 5 years and I've never used it. I've always wanted to. I'm chuffed. Look, it's got like a ball on the outside of it. Amazing. Come down this track. Fences either side. Now, I have got some intelligence that there is a pond down here, so we'll have a look and find out. I don't know what all that is, look. It's like tied together posts or something. Anyway, a little bit muddy down here. I should have wore some wellies really, or something or another, but I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. In the distance I can... Aha! Yes! I was hoping this would be the case. Right. No, it's not how it used to be. Building houses over there, that's a shame, isn't it? Criminal. Yeah, all them reeds. Boy, not a boy, it's not a boy, is it? It's a life ring. That's the one. Life ring. Ah. Well, that's interesting. I wonder what all these pieces of gutter tied together with tape are for. There's a gutter in, look. Tied together with tape. Going up there, all the way down there. Well, I ain't got a clue what that's for. Wonder if that's done on purpose or if that's kids and things doing that. People have little fires here, look, on the ground. But this is absolutely nothing like what it used to be. So, a while ago in a video, I told a story about when we were younger and we had Nitro boats and we went to a pond. Well, this is that pond. That's how I knew there was intelligence. There's a pond here. I wasn't sure if it'd still be here, mind you, but it turns out it is, but not in very good condition. Those are those reeds. On the other side of those reeds, that's where the man was. This is the bank. You see there's a path. That used to be a nice path, properly gravel path. Now it's kind of just a bit overgrown. But this was a bit of a more of a shallower bank back then. Maybe it wasn't. No, it wasn't, because the water was up to there. So this is where I was standing, and yeah, the other side, water was up to there, shallow bank. Ducks here. The water was a lot higher than it is. I don't know why. Well, we have just come out of a drought. We've had quite a bad drought, believe it or not, here in England. And we're in November and we haven't really had any rain. It's only the last couple of weeks we've had rain, you know, so maybe that's why this pond is really low. I don't know what all the guttering is for, and perhaps I'm really naive and I should know, but I don't. I reckon that's kids making that for some reason or another. I don't know what that would be for. Anyway, yeah, so there's like an island in the middle, and it goes around the island, and the water reeds. Yeah, so I was standing here, but that was obviously the water was all up there, so I was going, and all of a sudden, and then the man come running, he come walking, oi, 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 down here. Yeah, so that's how I knew. Well, I don't think we're going to be able to bring many boats here, at least not this side of Christmas, because well, there's not a lot of water in here, is there? No. So it's a shame about the condition of it. I'm going to have a walk around there and see what's around there. Now, this area, this is notoriously known for being haunted, and even today, as I'm walking around, I'm hearing voices talking, but there's no one around. You can hear voices, but there isn't anyone. Here's the other side of this pond. It's a massive shame that it's dried. Hopefully, if we get a nice decent winter of, well, I don't really want much rainfall, but if we get a nice decent rainfall, you can see the old life rings there. They've been there a long time. I'm surprised they haven't been taken by youths. Anyway, yeah, notorious for being haunted. Let's have a little walk around here. They do change the bins fairly often. You can go several ways in there. I don't know if there's another pond further down. There may well be. Looks like the remnants of a tent over there in the distance. Now it's important to remember there is a lot of tramps and homeless people around here. Not just around here, but in this area. And I wouldn't blame them if they was to, you know, set up camp in a place like this, because it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for it, really. I would, if I was them. Not really a lot that way. That's just an open field park on that. Went that way, it's just a load of dogs in there. Not particularly exciting. Let's go and have a look over the other side. I was hoping that that pond would be alright, because I would like to have come back to there, run a boat around it again. But we'll have to, I know there's loads of others. We're definitely not short of ponds. We're definitely not short of ponds, that's for sure. But thing is, what do you do on a rainy day? You know what I mean? I ain't taking the P10 round a car park like this. It's going to get absolutely drenched. And I don't like cleaning RC cars. I don't like building RC cars. I don't like cleaning RC cars. So I try to avoid doing both of those things. Yeah, I do. Let's go over here. There's the remnants of a tent in there. Right. So now, what we do, we'll have a little look up here. Now, see if you can spot. I'm going to put my umbrella up again. I wanted to use that umbrella for about 5 years. I've never been out in the rain before, so I've never had the chance. Anyway, so this, as it turns out, is where that mystery fisherman was. He was over here. I was on the other side of that island, over there on that grass bank where we just were, and he was here. Probably underneath this tree. Maybe that was his campfire. Maybe that was his campfire 20 years ago. Yeah, maybe. Bit of carpet down there. So, yeah. He must have been probably sitting around here somewhere. I reckon his... Whoops. I reckon he must have been cast in there somewhere. And there was my boat over there in the distance where that water is. Just there. And perhaps he casted right the way out there, maybe. But remember, the water would have been right up. Probably would have been fish in the bottom of these reeds. I don't really know. Anyway. Yeah, he came running out. And there's an old football. Oh, there's his fishing reel, look. That's his fishing rod. His fishing reel. Nah, it's probably not his one. But there's a old fishing reel anyway. The rod's been long snapped off. But there's an old football as well. Yeah, so when I caught his line, he went around there. All the way around here. Shouting across. Oi! Oi! Shouting across. And he would have gone through this path. It doesn't look like as much of a path anymore. Oh, I can just about see where it goes around. I'm not going to go through there because my old umbrella will get snagged unless I put it down again. I might do. Anyway, and he would have walked round over to me on the other side of that bit of island. Oi! Oi! You got my rod, you have. I ain't been back here since that day. Not for any particular reason. Well, the reason being I just haven't. But yeah, that was funny. That was hilarious. Well, anyway, oh bloody hell! Oh, bit of a path going out to them reeds down there. Look. So, not really a lot going on over here. We've got dog poo bins. Oh, I hated emptying them. Done a bit of work for the council when I was a teenager. I used to have to go around the town centre cleaning up the floors. Sometimes I was on the dust carts. Other times I was going around the parks emptying dog bins and the worst smell in the world. I'd rather baby nappies than dog poo. Oh look, fancy a blueberry. Rain's starting to hold back a little bit now. We're on another path. I don't know where we are. I've just walked along and randomly come across this path, so we'll see what we end up with this way. Oh, bloody hell. We're just back in a circle again. Okay. Excuse me. Alright. Well, do you know what as well? This bit here would be quite nice for Nitro cars. Nice bit of grass here. Obviously people have campfires and stuff. Maybe people camp here. I don't know. There's a pond again. Yeah. Maybe people camp here. I don't really know what happens. That's a nice bit of grass there. Could potentially run a couple of buggies, cars or whatever on this bit of grass and be sitting at the bank in the summer. A couple of chairs and tables, some boats in the pond, cars behind. Yeah, plenty of potential. Yeah, 20 years has gone by and it's more or less how I remember it, apart from the pond is in a lot worse condition than it was back then. Nice little bridge. It's nice to revisit places now and again. I wouldn't have come here if it weren't for the rain. I would have gone straight to a car park and fired up the P10 and had a little go of it. Here's them voices. Wow. White berries. They're interesting. I wonder what they taste like. Death, probably. Oh, my giddy aunt. Oh, please don't rip my umbrella. Thank you, Mr. Bush. Right, I'll put the umbrella down, I think. So I'll have a little look down here. See what's going on. Got a funny feeling this just leads to a bit of a field, but we'll have a look. Nice, you know, on a Sunday afternoon just to go for a nice walk. I don't do it often enough, I don't think. I should do it more often. I do fairly often go for walks, but yeah. I tell you what, the best thing you can do is if you've ever got a bit of spare time, maybe you've gone somewhere in your car and you're waiting, just get out your car and go for a walk. You won't get lost, you'll be fine. And then you can go straight to whatever it is you're waiting for. Yeah, have a nice walk, don't just sit in your car, it's bad for you. That bridge has definitely seen better days. Nice bit of open ground over there. Ah. Down here, look. I noticed this as I walked past on the way here. This must have been like some kind of settlement for somebody. Ground sheets tied up in the trees. Bark stripped off the trees. You get a lot of that around in this country. Now, as I said, this place is known for being haunted, right? I mean, I'm hearing voices everywhere I go. I'm hearing little voices. It's almost as if it's mid-conversation. You know, like when you walk past somewhere and you hear someone's mid-conversation faintly and you go, oh, there's a person over there, sort of thing. Well, there's no one here, unless they're really well hiding in the bushes, watching me. But I keep hearing mid-conversation voices. Anyway, around here, maybe the rest of the country as well, but particularly around here, there's a lot of woods, like where we are now, which are known for witchcraft and satanic rituals and all that kind of stuff. You go in some woods and you'll find sacrificed goats, chickens, where they cut them up and do the rituals, summon the devil, things like that. And I remember when we were kids, there's a woods local to us that we used to go and play in. We used to make jumps, take the Savage 21, BMXs, mountain bikes, all that, make jumps in the woods, doing that, great fun. And sometimes you'd go, there's bits of the woods which you just wouldn't go in. They didn't feel right. You felt like you were being watched the whole time you was there. Other parts of the woods you felt completely at ease. But bits further on to the left at the back, you just felt like you were being watched. It was a constant feeling of fear and dread while you were there, even if you was in a big group of your friends. Remember, we were about 13 or 14 or 15 at the time, and might have a group of us, 5, 6, 7 of us, trying to make, because we used to make camps in the woods, you know, trees like that over there, we'd make tree houses in out of bits, because there was quite a lot of stuff dumped in that woods. I might take you back there one day. I did go back there about 10 years ago and filmed around it, and there was a satanic ritual site there, a circle. I found a circle in tree trunks, and there was candles and stuff in the middle of it. But anyway, places, trees like that would make tree houses in and whatever else, and little camps and bases and dens, quite dense woods. Anyway, yeah, bits of it, you'd feel like you're being watched, you'd feel dead scared the whole time you were there. You come out of that bit and go into the other bit of the woods, completely fine. And you know, you'd find all kinds of things cut up, circles, and yeah, witchcraft is what it is. People go down there, all woods all around, Epping Forest is known for that, big for it. Going down, summon things, you know, witchcraft, place curses on people and whatnot else. Anyway, coming to the end of that, that was quite a long walk. I was going to go to another pond, well, where I know there's another pond, but I've got to be somewhere now, so yeah, that was quite a long walk really. That was quite nice. I don't know how much of it I filmed, but I was walking around for probably, well, I know it was more than an hour. I don't know how much more than an hour, but I've been walking around for more than an hour anyway, put it that way. So yeah, there we go. I'm going to come back at the end of the winter to that pond, so beginning of summer 2026, and we'll see if that's got any water in it, because if it has, that'll be a great one for putting the boats in, because as I said, you know, you could sit at the side of the bank like what I used to with the pond, chair and a table, cars, who can have some cars, yeah, that could be great fun. Anyway, I'll see you later on. Thanks for watching, you lot. All the best. And maybe it stopped raining there typically, but I've run out of time. I've got to go and get some food shopping. So the shop's open at 10 here in England, and it's getting close to that now. By the time I get there, it's an hour's drive from here. By the time I get there, it'll be 10 o'clock. So I'll see you later. Take care. All the best. Cheerio.